Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, 6 stories from these 6 logos, as most are positive, some kind of disappointing, others are downright inspiring. So in today's episode, I'm going to go through 6 stories from the world of Rugby League. Inspirational moves, comings and goings, and also positive news for a governing body. And we'll begin with that inspirational news. We'll start with Wales Rugby League. When Ant Walker had to quit Rugby League due to a rare brain condition, missing Wales duty proved the most painful aspect. But 5 years after being rocked by that news, the Bradford Bulls finally proudly represented his country, once again against France on Sunday. And now he is gearing up to make sure he doesn't miss another World Cup. The ex-St Helens and Wakefield forward Walker was concussed playing for Rochdale in 2017. Scans revealed a potentially fatal condition called arteriovenosis malformation, which he'd had since birth. Walker was told to stop playing just 2 days before he was due to fly to Australia for the 2017 World Cup. After 2 years of radiotherapy though, he was given the green light to start again, linking up with Bradford last term. While sidelined, he had coached Wales under-19s, and some of those players lined up alongside him in the senior squad against France. John Keir's side may have lost 34 points to 10, but Walker admitted it was class to play again. I spoke to the boys the night before the game about what it means to pull on the shirt. I didn't always miss rugby league when I was retired, but I did miss the international camps. They were always the highlight of my year. There's something about a Wales camp that brings the best out of players. It's infectious. Keir is a really good motivator, and you just want to play for him. That's why I got involved with the under-19s, as I wanted to bring the same ethos to the higher level. To then play with one who I coached, the Lee centre Lewis Roberts, debuted while Colby Green was the 18th man, was nice. Walker and his French teammates, and now that Walker is 30-year-old, is looking forward to ripping it up in the World Cup when Wales face Cook Islands, Tonga and Papua New Guinea in October. The Brisbane Broncos have confirmed the departure of winger Brenko Lee for the 2023 season. Lee joined the Broncos from Melbourne ahead of the season on a 2-year deal, with the second half of his stint at Red Hill set to end prematurely. The Brisbane-born journeyman has plied his trade at a number of clubs, including Raiders, Bulldogs, Titans and the Storm, since debuting in 2014, amassing a total of 70 NRL appearances. Lee, who has played just 3 games with the Broncos this year, will play out the remainder of the season before landing with his 6th NRL club. The Broncos can confirm that Brenko Lee has been granted a release from his final year of the contract in 2023, a Brisbane statement reads. Brenko will remain at the Broncos until the end of the 2022 NRL season. While the Broncos haven't confirmed where Lee will be playing next year, the 26-year-old was recently reported to be nearing agreements with the expansion side, the Dolphins. A move to Redcliffe would see Lee link up with his cousin Edric Lee, who will depart the Knights at the end of the year, and is also heading for the Dolphins. Dolphins head coach Wayne Bennett went one step further about the potential of Lee signing for the Dolphins. As he said, I'm looking forward to having Brenko on board, as he told News Corp earlier this month. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities at the Broncos this season, but he's getting his chance now, and hopefully he finishes the season on a strong note. I'm looking at him as a starting centre. I don't want him playing Queensland Cup. Brenko at his best is a genuine NRL player. The try he set up against the Raiders last week was perfect centre play. I worked with Brenko during the Origin series a couple of years ago, and I like what he brought to the team. He was outstanding in Game 3. We need him to perform that night, and he did. We couldn't have won the series without him. If he comes to the Dolphin, he would be an asset for the Dolphins. If this deal is confirmed, Lee would join an inexperienced backline under Bennett, which currently includes the likes of Jermaine Isako, Robert Jennings, Conley Lemelu, and the aforementioned Edric Lee. Hull FC head coach Brett Hudson has dismissed rumours linking the club with both Bevan French and Dean Hawkins. French's name has popped up for months now, although there was never any mileage to it, as Matty Peake confirmed to Hull Live last month. Hawkins, meanwhile, is a South Sydney's Rabbitohs right halfback, playing in the New South Wales Cup at the moment, and again is a name that's been picked up in recent weeks. Not that there's any credibility to it right now. Rumours in the sky, that one, Hudson revealed when asked about Dean Hawkins. I think it's wise to say Bevan French one is not an option as well, and hasn't been. We haven't spoken to Bevan's management. I know there was some interest in that, but neither Dean or Bevan will be part of those conversations. Although are still expected to sign Jake Truman for 2022, with Jake Connor also set to stay at the club, despite links with him with a move to the NRL. But the saga with Josh Reynolds has completed, as Hull have confirmed that Josh Reynolds has left the club with immediate effect. They have both mutually agreed that the Australian will not stay with the club for the Betfred 2023 season, and as a result of that agreement, the club has further agreed that with the player that he could depart immediately, up to open up pathways for future talent in the squad. Since arriving at the MKM Stadium in 2021, Reynolds made 25 appearances for Hull, scoring 7 tries. The club have gone on record thanking Josh for his efforts, whilst wishing him luck for the future. The Rugby Football League has announced it's made a profit of £1 million in 2021, its first profitable year since 2016. The governing body puts the unexpected boost down to rigorous cost and financial management, and a reshaping of the organisation and also its cost base. Additionally, a profit of $380,000 from the sale of its Red Hall office in Leeds as part of the relocation to the Etihad campus in Manchester, as part of the Rugby League Live project. The RFL, which lost a combined total of £2 million from 2017 to 2018, also says the profit of $1.008 million was aided by the deferral of a $900,000 government COVID loan. The accounts, which are for the 2021 World Cup organisation as well as the RFL, will be presented for approval at the governing body's annual general meeting on the 13th of July. A spokesperson said, "This provides a solid platform for the RFL ahead of the realignment with Super League Europe to form RL Commercial, and with a view to the financial headwinds being faced at a national by the national economy in the post-pandemic recovery, as well as specific challenges for Rugby League. The strong management in a difficult landscape, the work that has been completed to date should now position the RFL to meet those combined challenges and commitments." Warrington Wolves have announced the signing of Canterbury Bulldogs prop forward Paul Vaughan on a 2-year contract for the 2023 and 2024 seasons. Vaughan, who has been subject to a move to Warrington for a few months now, brings huge experience in the middle of the park, featuring for the New South Wales in the state of origin, as well as representing Australia at Test and World Cup level. He scored a try in the last Kangaroos side to play in the international when they faced Tonga in 2019, and has played 196 career appearances to date, scoring 29 tries, having represent Canberra Raiders, St George Illawarra Dragons, as well as the Bulldogs in the NRL. The 31-year-old brings valuable size to the park at 6'4" and 17 stone 3 pounds, and he's on red hot form currently this season, currently third in the NRL stats ladder for the most post-contact meters made. He is the third prop announced for the next season, following Sam Cassiano and Gil Dudson, with Thomas McKaylee having made the mid-season switch from West Tigers. Speaking on the announcement, Vaughan said he's very excited and to make the move to Warrington next year. I've been extremely lucky with my career in the NRL, and I've always wanted to come over and test myself in the UK. I played in a World Cup in England back in 2013, and I've always said to myself, if given the opportunity to play over here, I'd like to take it up. I'm close to playing my 200th game over here, and I feel I've still got a lot to give with my footy. I'm coming over with a really good intentions to put my best foot forward. I'm my own harshest critic, and I like to get the best out of myself week in, week out. I just want to play footy and be part of a successful team. I can't wait to get started. Vaughan's form has picked up with the uptake in form for the Canterbury Bulldogs, as he hasn't missed a tackle in the last 2 games, and last time out he made 177 metres carrying the ball, which was the best on the field, other than a few outside backs. Castleford Tigers are closing in on securing the services of Kenny Edwards on a full-time contract. Rugby League Live understands that Kenny is close to committing his future to the Super League club beyond this season after positive talks were held between the player and the club. Edwards is currently on a season-long loan with the Tigers from West Yorkshire rivals Huddersfield Giants, and has made a huge impression since linking up with Leeds Radford's side in 2022. He has been one of their standout players, and with his contract at the Giants expiring, Edwards has been a high priority retention target for Castleford. The 32-year-old claimed in the aftermath of last week's test between England and the Combined Nations All-Stars that he had received expressions of interest from clubs in both Super League and Australia. However, it's understood the Tigers are close to beating off that competition. Radford has made no secret of his desire to retain Edwards, and the player himself said in April how much he's enjoying the move to the club, insisting he was keen to stay beyond this season. My first option has always been to stay at Castleford, Edwards said at the time. I love it here. I love the club, and I love the staff and players. My first option is that, staying, and it's always been my number one choice. But I've got to let things play out. I would have wanted it done by now, but I'll let things play out and my footy will do the talking. It now seems that Edwards' wish has been granted, as the two parties seem to have understood to have been closing in on an agreement for Edwards to be a Tiger in 2023. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any new videos that may be coming your way in the next few days. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode. 6 stories for you. Which one gets your attention the most? as there is a lot to go through in the World of Rugby League, even though there has been more or less a week off. Comment in the comments below. What have you guys been noticing about Rugby League that we haven't covered so far? We know that there's games coming up, the international games that have been played down in the Southern Hemisphere, State of Origin 2. There's going to be a lot of Rugby League this weekend, as the Super League also returns tonight. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. But in the meantime, please stay safe. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode.